Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Yeps,
My name is Yips.
and today I thought, as I'm just running clues on two accounts, I figured it might be kind of fun for you guys to see my method of how I run these and how I keep things straight. I've been watching Orin Sushi, which is one of my cluescaping idols, and I thought, I learned so much from watching him run dual elites. I think maybe it'd be fun to kind of show how I run my two accounts here. And how I do hard clues at the same time on two accounts, because it really does make a huge difference. I mean, you can turn gathering, 35, 40 clues an hour into like 70 to 80. You can turn solving 25 clues an hour into 40 or 45. It's a huge increase, and this is how I'm able to make content, as much content as I do with the relatively small amount of time that I do play. So I kind of just wanted to run some clues today, kind of tell you guys what I'm thinking as I'm running them, and show you guys my methods in case this is something that maybe you want to start doing. My main is on the left hand side here. You can see Yeps over here and Satin Chip here, my second account. I obviously don't have as incredible of a setup on my alt account as I do on my main account. I'm not maxed, for instance. I'm getting there slowly, and I'm excited to be maxed so that I can have capes on the backpack and other things like that, but it's a work in progress. I'm slowly getting there. Gotta go get the Sentinel outfit and a few other things still, but I do have most everything, and I have spent a lot of time, as you can imagine, getting this account up from like 500 total levels in December up until this point with 285 quest points. Holy cow, it's been a grind, but you can do clues with far less than this. I mean, I was getting 15 hards an hour or so on my alt with relatively little. Passage of the Abyss or Grace of the Elves and other things like that. So you don't need the full setup by any means, but it does just increase it, and an upgrade here or there will increase your clues by 1 to 2 an hour, which over the long term actually is going to be quite considerable. So anyway, long intro, blah blah blah, but I just wanted to run this, kind of have more of a raw video today, less editing and so forth, just to show you guys what I do and how I do what I do. One thing that I've been starting to do lately is getting flicks with the big book, so you'll kind of see me do a lot of those today. I do have like friends who have said that it's best to straight up have like a clock, maybe like have a timer on your phone or something that you'll leave up, and you'll just at the top of every minute or something you will go and do a disassemble with the big book on. But that kind of seems like a lot of work to me, so I haven't quite gotten to that level yet. But if I do like a slider puzzle like this, and I'm like, okay, I am now done with the slider puzzle, and it's probably been 50 seconds, then I'll probably have gotten to the realm where I should be disassembling again for a big book proc. But for those of you who don't know, when you are running clues, well, actually, and just in general, when you are using the big book, you can either have it on for the entire time, which, as you probably are aware, is extremely expensive, or if you don't do that, you can actually flick it on, because it only has a chance of proccing for like one time every minute. So for instance, right now it's like fresh, right? So it's like 0, or maybe it's been over a minute, so we are eligible to have a proc on our big book. We can I have it keybound down here as the book, the big book on Z, so I'll click Z, and then I have disassemble here on G, so I go Z, G, and then I click a vial, and then I cancel. And so as you see here, we got a catalyst to appear, and once we click this, you can see, well, we got 2 mediums, which is crappy because I want elites, but we see there's a counter for this 1 minute countdown. So even if I would have not gotten that catalyst, there would still be a 1 minute countdown where I'm not eligible to get that big book proc until that minute has passed, right? So it's minute to minute to minute. So for instance, now I can't disassemble. Oh look, I got another one. It's usually about like from my math, it's about 1 in 6 or 1 to 6 to 1 in 10. Somewhere like that. But as you see, I've got 30 seconds here before I can do it again, and over here I've got 53 seconds again. And yeah, you kind of just do it from time to time, and try as best as you can to maximize how many of those you're doing, because while running clues, I mean, I've probably gotten this last week probably about 120 elites just from doing this. Like not even like doing no peat smithing or other things that are like specific big book activities. And the fun thing is, like, for instance, let me turn this on for a sec. Yeah, this 100, I think it was like 104 earlier this week. So like I've used up 4 minutes, which is like 100K, and I've made, you know, 120 elites or something like that. So really it's hugely worth your time to do the flicks. It does like cost a little bit of speed for sure. Like if I do have to pause, you know, 40 times a minute on each account, that is gonna definitely drop the speed a little bit. But think about it, elites are like 4 to 5 mil GP each. So, you know, if I'm getting like 5 elites per hour, that's a lot of time saved, and that is going to equate to more money, even if I am solving, you know, a couple fewer clues per hour. So, it's not that bad. And yeah, I mean, one thing as well, I have a lot of treasure trap points saved up on my main, and I mean, a lot is relative because some of you guys are crazy, right? But I have, I think, like 12,000 saved up. I'm sure you'll see in a second here when it flashes, but I use those all for skipping tickets. So for instance, once I spend these, I'll have about 500 of the non-tradable skipping tickets saved up, and these help me do elites a lot faster when I do those. I mean, I could spend those on elites themselves, which would be like kind of cool, but I figure that since I'm going to be getting so many of these just from being in the run of things, that, you know, it's not really worth it to spend it on those. I'd rather save time solving than save time gathering. So, but yeah, I think I could theoretically spend those on skipping tickets and then use this within hards, but, you know, just based off of my goals of wanting to get going on elites and stuff, and plus obviously if you guys have seen the prices of the things later, they are insane. So having a chance at the big boy dies definitely makes it a little bit more appealing for me to spend those on elites to make those go by faster, because man, elites can take some time. That's just the darn truth, dude. So, but that's a thing that I've kind of learned with these dual accounts, is that, for instance, you can surge when you have to, but like also having your map big enough where you can just click really freaking far away. Like I could just click on the spot here, so I'm just gonna like wait a few seconds, and I could, you know, while that other account is running, I can disassemble or make sure that I'm at the area that I'm at. Sometimes you'll click super far away and then start a slider puzzle, so your character will literally walk all of the, you know, all the way to that tile that you want to. By the time that you've done the slider puzzle, then you'll just have to dig. That's nice. The West RD spot and a few other ones, like I'll be able to, even though it's really far away, click there immediately from the teleport area. I'll show you what I mean when I do get to that, but making your map big enough is definitely going to be a huge pro. Also, one thing that I learned lately too, it's been like a minute since I've learned this, but you can actually change the colors of these boxes for Alt 1. It's something that I didn't really have on my guide before. And I, you know, with these little tips and tricks, I kind of was like, you know, I don't know if that's necessarily worth it to make a video like by itself, but I guess I may as well kind of chuck them in here for whoever does end up watching this. But if you go into like settings here, you can color overlay. Check that, that's new. So you can make that whatever color you want. I chose green because it's like really bright, and for whatever reason, you know, just I vibed with it. So, oh, here's that. This is my S4 location because that's where my, you know, book is, S and then 4 for Artie. So for this one, as you see, the spot's gonna be right here. My map is large enough where I can just click right to that, and so I'll be able to dig right when my character gets to the end of that, meaning that I can kind of like do whatever I want on this account because I've got a good 15 seconds before my account runs. So, you know, I can disassemble here and run over here and still have time. And if I, you know, if this one's running in a long, like a long time before it gets to the location, I could come back here and then I could surge, or then I could bladed dive. And so you kind of learn these tricks of like multitasking back and forth between where it is, and you'll get really fast at like choosing which location and stuff, memorizing each one. And there's really not that many spots with hard clues, which is nice. I mean, I'm personally gonna have like a difficult time. I do want to eventually transition to doing elites, maybe full-time. That's kind of a big thing, because I I like how automatic it is with hard clues, that you don't really have to think too much. You know, you'll just be able to like travel to location. Oh, this map, S4, you know? Oh, this, fly over here. It's not like you're hunting down a spot that could be one of many. You are going to one specific spot, which makes it really, really clean. So here's an example where I'm doing this and my character's just going to be running over here on the left-hand side, so I'm still making progress towards that next clue even while I'm doing this puzzle here. But yeah, if I reinvested my skips into, like my treasure trout points into untradeable skips for these, and I used them on hards, I'd probably never, that's probably a strong word, I would probably extremely rarely have to do a slider puzzle on hards, which would speed it up honestly considerably. I bet I could get 50 an hour at that point probably. This one is an annoying one. I'm getting limited farm points that I cannot do this anymore, but it's one of the most AFK ones for me because it'll take, you know, 30 seconds to run down this stupid mountain, because you can click it from the peak and it'll run all the way down to that spot there. Which is nice because once again it's AFK, and that's great. And here's the point where I forget to use my big book. Go back and forth, make sure that I'm keeping up on those, because, you know, once a minute is quite often if you think about it. That's max efficiency, 60 per hour. That's a lot. It's a lot to do. Usually what I'll do is I do have dual monitors, so these are all on my left monitor, for instance, and on my right monitor what I'll do is I'll usually like throw up YouTube videos. Sometimes I'll kind of like half AFK clues while I edit my own YouTube videos, or I'll watch other people's YouTube videos, or Netflix while I'm running these. You know, there's a lot of playing around as far as like top efficiency with this kind of stuff, and honestly there's not a lot of like there's not many people who do this, so it's kind of hard as well, because you're like, well, frick, how do I do this better? And it's kind of all up to you to be able to do that. So that's kind of like one of the reasons why I wanted to upload just a quick video today, just kind of talking about you know, how I do this. And if this is like something that you'd like to maybe see more on, I mean, it's kind of what I've done in the last few of my live videos. I've just been like running clues and kind of showing you what I do live. It's kind of funny though, because I wanted to vlog on this before, but maybe not vlog, but like vlog in general, because some YouTubers do that and I think it's kind of fun. But I don't know how fun it would be just to show me like running clues like this, because this is what I do, you know, like all day long when I'm on RuneScape. I've been doing this to make sure that I'm getting stuff for YouTube videos and YouTube series that I have with opening clues. So it's like, I don't know, not that fun to watch probably. It's way more fun to do like the opening part, and I mean, it's fun for me to do this, but I don't think it's like necessarily, you know, the most fun thing on earth to watch people run clues, unless you're doing it for like learning's sake. For instance, this is, let's teach you something. I hate this location. I think it's super annoying because you can't surge through the trees over here. So I like to auto tele to that one, for instance. Also, I really need to get one more 99. Look at that, 700k off. And then I can use the lava teleport mine with the second Grace of the Elves teleport. Right now it is unattuned, and I'm really excited to have that, so I don't have to run all the way from West Keldegrim over to East Keldegrim. That's going to save me a whole bunch of time. And by a whole bunch of time, I mean like 20 seconds each time, and that will eventually be like quite considerable. That's kind of how it is with clue scrolls. It's like if you can shave off 10 seconds here and 10 seconds there, you can turn a really long run into a short run with a single teleport upgrade. Then that will save you a lot of time, because then, you know, it's 30 seconds a time, and you hit that over like, you know, 100 hours, you'll hit that 70 times. Like you'll end up saving like an hour or 2 hours, you know. So it's definitely worth it to do the upgrades as you can. I used to call them questing Saturdays, where I would run clues on my main on this side, and then on my right side I would run clues, just so that I can like have some progression here and there. If this is something that is at all interesting to learn about, and something that you might want to think about, definitely, you know, comment down below. Maybe I can do more of these, kind of just talking through my process and stuff. I can do more in depth as well. I kind of was just testing the waters with this video today. to see if this is something you would be interested in, because truly anyone can run clues. I mean, especially if you're doing like elites on your alt or something. Honestly, elites are great because you don't really need to have any requirements. They're just on the face of the earth, you know, you just need triangulation and so forth. There are very, very low requirements to running a elite alt, and you can still make tons of money off of it, you know, while you're playing on your main account. So that's something to kind of think about. And yeah, let me know if you do want that. I can maybe make guides as well on like what are the most important upgrades and so forth, because some are definitely more important and more dire than others. I just spent 4 or 5 months building this alt up from the ground up, and so I have a very, very good and vivid idea of what's going to be the best help to get you up and running so that you can make a second account. Because honestly, when I was running, you know, one clue account, just my main, I was probably making like 20 mil per hour. I mean, prices have gone up now since like I've been, you know, having my alt all set up, but I probably make, as you've seen for my videos, I think I've been averaging lately around like 45 mil per hour. I think my overall with hard clues all time is something like, I think like 53 mil per hour running both of these. So, I mean, I bet 30 mil of that is probably this, but having another account that you can run simultaneously for 22 mil an hour, pretty good, guys, especially when you consider that that includes gathering time. And running an alt, just gathering, you know, you're going to have a lot of AFK time at Hellhounds. That's for dang certain. And so you could even, what I've been doing lately is run on my main, I'll run like elites or masters, which take a little bit more concentration, while my alt is gathering hard clues. And so, you know, it just goes up and up and up, and you'll just end up making a whole bunch of money. Like for instance here, oh, I have 181 hards. That's great. I just, you know, I have 191 in my alt here just because it exists and I run it at the same time. Like, this wasn't extra time that I played. This wasn't extra hours I put in. For the exact same time, I, you know, have a whole bunch of extra hards. I consider this all bonus. You know, 86 bonus masters, 191 bonus hards. It's like 300 mil in hards right there just because this account exists. So I highly, highly recommend it. And if this is something that you would also be curious to look into, it's a huge blast. Opening up twice as many caskets is awesome and just extra fun to put on top of it, especially if you're already playing, you're already concentrated on going ham and so forth. Even max efficiency hard, having a second account will blow it out of the water just because. So anyway, guys, this is kind of my little guide today, my little rant. I think it's awesome. If you guys think it's cool or would love to learn more about that, I will totally be happy to make more specific guides on what to do, upgrade orders, how to run clues and so forth, so that you can get an alt up and running as well, because I think it's really fulfilling. So I don't know, but I'm biased, so I'm a crazy man too. And maybe you guys don't have the time to devote to this, but once again, you could make a simpler account and even get 10 hards an hour, right? Even 10 hards an hour is like an extra, I don't know, a lot. You can make an extra 10 mil an hour, 15 mil an hour running hards on a very, very basic account. You don't need all these teleports and all this stuff. It's just extra, you know, icing on the cake. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you do want to watch any of my actual clue content where I open stuff, make sure you go check out my most recent Santa Hunt series, or my, you know, previous Get Rich or Die Trying, or my Time to Die series. Those are all, those last two, the latter two were previous kind of seasons that I did of clue scroll hunting. But yeah, thanks so much, guys. If you do like this, please comment on this video, and like this video and subscribe if you'd like to see more. And we'll catch you in the next one, guys. But thanks so much. Peace out.